Hey, hello! I'm really happy you're here again. We are leaving the temple. If you missed it, episode 2 will explain. The streets are fun. I know I'm repeating myself, but this scenery is just stunning. And together with these winding roads, it makes every motorcycle traveler's heart jump. And always remember, streets here are places where people live. So yes, meeting a goat on its way back to the stable can absolutely happen. Look at these terrace fields. So lush, the region feels deeply nourishing. Sometimes there's sand or mud on the road because of landslides. I trust my bike, my number 6, so riding through feels calm and steady. Arrangements on the streets are often made right in the moment. Like here, honking is a language and somehow everything gets sorted out. Look at how radiant the fruits and vegetables are. The colors are incredible. This is the Tamakoshi River. The Tamakoshi River is part of the big Koshi River system and flows down from the high Himalayas. It runs through this region and is not only shaping the landscape but also the daily life here for farming, villages and even hydropower projects. We are crossing the bridge and riding into the valley along the Tamakoshi. Look at these colors. The water, green, blue, stunning, right? Look how cute! Kerstin picked up Seaman as pillion and he films. Pretty brave, honestly. No helmet, no gear, and little did I know what Nepal still had in store for me later. Time for tea, a good chai and a moment to enjoy the surroundings. Farmers are already preparing the harvest. Crossing the Tamakoshi once again. The road winds beautifully along the river and opens into impressive views. Riding through this valley is easily one of my top 10 rides in Nepal so far. Just look at these colors. I can't believe, it seems unreal. We pause, inhaling the view and, of course, a group photo. A small two-prop airplane passes overhead, heading to an inland destination. These pilots are incredibly skilled. Most likely it departed from Ramechhap Airport. From here, many domestic flights head deeper into Nepal, sometimes even towards the Everest region, like flights to Lukla, often mentioned as one of the most challenging airports in the world. Even the plane seems to honk here. Another river crossing, and let's say not exactly a tiny step on that bridge. I'm happy they built a ramp. We are climbing again, from the valley straight back into the mid-hills. 1,600, 1,800, even over 2,000 meters. And here comes another top 10 ride for me in Nepal. The BP Highway, officially National Highway 13. Great tarmac, incredible views, sunshine and turns like a dragon. What else do I need? See, this is the road we already rode a part of, and tomorrow even more hairpins. We arrive at the hotel. Look at the locks. Also a way to lock a door. This is my room and I say, let's go for dinner and then good night. Good morning! I ordered my first coffee in Nepali. Somehow they understood and here it is. Seaman, always smiling. And I enjoy the view and surroundings and heading to breakfast to meet the ladies. Let's start this day. And yes, we already seem to have some fans. Well, 10 women on bikes riding, that is something special. Woohoo! The sun is shining and some more turns and hairpins are waiting. This road is well known in the biker scene and you can feel why. Let's get some shots of the dragon. You can follow the ladies perfectly from here. Ooh, I need to catch up. And look who's coming! Gertie, the racer! Ooh, doggy, attention! You're really not bothered at all, huh? Please, can I pass? Thank you! Do you remember Ram, our mechanic from the last episode? He also is an excellent rider. And honestly, this is the beauty of having a support team. If someone doesn't feel like riding, they can sit in the car and the bike still gets to destination. You can't miss Katerina with her yellow shirt. Can you guess where she's from? Speaking of countries, notice the flag? Nepal is the only country in the world with a triangular flag. The triangles represent the Himalayas, the sun and moon, endurance. The bikes need fuel and I definitely need water. It's hot, around 34 degrees, as we are riding through the flatlands towards one of the most famous temples in this region, Janakpur. We still have some kilometers to go and the day is far from over. On the highway, I used the time to film this committed group, starting with our guides.
Try to tie me down, you could try to wear me out, pull me out in the rain, just gas on a flame, and you can't control, but you can't control. You could try to tame the wild, you could try to blame this child, try to medicate me, call it ADHD, but you can't control, but you can't control. Ooh, don't you know that you can't tame a cageless soul? Well, you got to let it go. This kind of love is a wild animal, and you can't tame a cageless soul.
We are approaching the suburbs of Janakpur. Traffic becomes denser and more colorful. I've never been to India, but we are very close to the border now. This is kind of how I imagine a light version of traffic in India. Look at her, dressed in pink and sitting like a lady on that bike. That's transport with style. You can hear it already. More honking usually means a junction is coming up. We made it! This is Janakpur Temple. Janakpur Dham is one of the most important pilgrimage cities in Nepal. It is considered the heart of the ancient Mithila civilization and believed to be the birthplace of goddess Sita from the Ramayana. This is also where Lord Ram came to marry Sita, making Janakpur a sacred place for both of them. Many pilgrims come here from India. The Indian border is only about 14 kilometers away. Especially at cultural sites like this, we become an attraction. A group of white women asked for selfies. Jane, Claire and Lotta handled it with such grace. What a place! With this heat and full riding gear, I'm really happy we moved on. Our next stop is a cultural village. Cold drinks are more than welcome and we take a break for lunch. The break turns into a small lesson on how to tie a proper turban. We're invited to a traditional dance performance, part of keeping these local traditions alive. I wasn't prepared for what came next. These are roads where life happens and sometimes tragedy too. I'm sharing what happened to create awareness. Travel isn't always ease and beauty. Sometimes it asks us to face moments we can't fix or control. Moving slowly through these narrow roads, the group was already ahead of me. From far away, I saw a tractor pulling a trailer full of people, coming toward me. I stopped at a wider part of the road. Suddenly, everything slowed down. I didn't film. Without any reason I could understand, the driver lost control. The tractor tipped over. I was shocked. I felt completely helpless. There was nothing I could do. People nearby were coming to help. That evening, when we reached the hotel, I had to find a way to deal with what had happened. A memory from the temple in Kathmandu came back to me. Grieve, pray, and then move on to celebrate the living. And that's what I did. Thank you for being here with me and holding space for this part of the journey. If this episode resonates with you, feel free to like, share, and follow along. And I'll see you in the next one. Sending greetings wherever you are in this beautiful world.